9 o'clock.
Ask everyone, please rise. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion to approve the minutes last meeting.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren, approve the minutes of the last meeting. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Have unfortunately employee couldn't be here, but we do have a recognition for Alan Smith. He's been with us for 20 years. So congratulations to him, and we appreciate his service.
Motion to approve item number 6 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve the cash and electronic transfers. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 7 is listed on your agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve the following seminar requests is still listed. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve item number 8 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren. Questions or comments?
Just a question, is that for bottled water for people in the building?
I think that's what it's for.
Yeah, for all of our buildings.
And is there, I'm just asking, is there a reason why is the water quality here not good, or do people just like the bottled water?
We've always had bottled water.
Thanks.
You drink town water?
What's that?
You drink town water?
No, I live on, well,
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. Sometimes it's brown. Did you vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry.
J&J Springs, the only one we got?
Yeah, I think we should wait for the next meeting, at least check, verify pricing compared to this year, and
Yeah.
then go from there.
5 gallons of bottled water is $3.30. Rental price per cooler, $6. That's cold cooler. Rental price per hot cold cooler is $6.
Is that one or a year?
2 years.
Do we have any of the hot cold ones?
I don't know.
$6 just a
I don't remember. I
The
have
same
to.
price.
All right, we'll review for next time. Okay. Item number 9.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 9 is listed on your agenda.
Oh boy, yeah, second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve the lease agreement with Northeastern Pennsylvania Telephone Company. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Oh, yes. Motion to approve item number 10 regarding Act 13 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 10 is the commitment of the Act 13 funds. Questions or comments? Yes.
Yes, how much money was allocated to ag preservation last year? Was it 40,000?
Yeah.
Is it possible to increase that since we do have the Act 13 funds now? Because at one point it was more than 40,000 and it went down. And now that we have the Act 13 funds, it might be nice to see it go up a little bit at least.
Thank you. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item 11.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 11 as listed on your agenda.
Yeah, second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to approve item 11 to exonerate Tax Claim Bureau as so listed. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Motion to approve item number 12 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve and sign the 5-year memorandum of understanding between Susquehanna County Commissioners and Susquehanna County Conservation District. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 13 is listed on your agenda.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to acknowledge and accept with regret the resignation of Christine Lee from Domestic Relations. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Motion to approve item number 14 is listed on the agenda.
I'll second that.
How long has she been with us, Sylvia?
2 weeks.
That's what I thought, not long. Yeah, okay.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to accept the resignation of Al Knott from 911. Questions or comments? Yes.
Last meeting, was there one that resigned from that, or the meeting before? So we had
Big
multiple,
deal. Yeah. There was one
resignations
last
and-
meeting, and this one. This one didn't
And there was
even make it
probably
through
one the
training.
meeting before that too. Got another one in the back, Alan.
If they resign, are they eligible for retirement?
No, this one was not.
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll make a motion to recess the commissioners' meeting and open a salary board meeting at 9:05 a.m.
Second.
Questions or comments? Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'm confused. On number 10, does that mean that
On
you're, number 10, the Act 13 funds, does that mean that in the 2013 budget, that is all the money that's budgeted
Well,
for Act preservation?
we're on item 15 now, so.
Oh, I'm sorry, I jumped to public comment, sorry
Okay,
about
we're not
that.
a public comment. We'll
I'm
get to
sorry,
that.
my fault.
I'm just
Yes.
asking, you're going to stop the meeting at 9:05?
We're recessing this meeting to go to the salary board, and then we'll reconvene back to this meeting. We have to take action in the salary board in order to finish this meeting,
So why can't you do salary after this meeting?
because the salary has to be done before we finish this. All in favor?
Aye.
What's number 7?
Motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Salary board's open. Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, seconded by Treasurer Benedict to approve the minutes. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Item four, recommendation from the chair is $35,000.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 4 as listed on your agenda with a $35,000 salary in there. And it says with no benefits due to increased responsibilities for 2013.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Warren, seconded by.
Well, who's the part-time
Excuse
solicitor?
me.
Oh, we can't talk?
I'm talking.
Okay.
A motion by Commissioner Warren, seconded by Treasurer Benedict to approve the salary increase to $35,000. Now questions or comments?
Oh, okay. Who is the county part-time solicitor?
Tom Meyer. All in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
One abstention. Item five, recommendation from the chair is $49,000. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve. Go ahead, Mary.
I'll make a motion to approve item number 5 as listed on your agenda with a salary of $49,000.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Jean Greco to modify the position from job description emergency management coordinator to director of public safety, which will also include 911. Salary $49,000. Questions or comments? Yes.
is that Bob Stout?
Yes.
Okay, so he just came on this year, and this is, so we're changing it from emergency management coordinator, which it was before, to
Yeah.
director of public safety, emergency management coordinator, and that will bring in the 911 to his,
Right.
underneath him too, besides the duties that he's doing over there already?
Yes.
Who ran, was there a separate entity for 911?
There's a department head.
Is that gonna tax him on being able to do what he's supposed to be doing, which is emergency management?
No.
So we had a whole different department before that was handling 911.
Yep.
Now that's getting shifted to him. Does he have extra staff to do it? or
Well,
he's just
no,
doing-
that department that's still 911 is still there. They'll report to him.
He over, so he,
He is the manager
same,
overseeing.
nobody's, we haven't lost anybody in 911 that's running it.
Right,
He's just overseeing it.
right.
And, okay, thanks.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Item 6, recommendation from the chair is 35 to 40. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve item number 6 as listed on the agenda with a range of 35 to 40.
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to approve item 6 with a salary range of 35 to 40,000. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Any public comment on the salary board?
Motion to close the salary board and reconvene the commissioners meeting.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren to close the meeting and return to the Commissioners meeting. We are returned.
I have to abstain. I can't vote on it.
Right. Okay, item 17. Motion on item 17.
You interviewed him, right?
Yeah, I recommend to hire at 40,000.
A motion to approve item number 17 is listed on the agenda with a salary of 40,000.
I'll second that.
Right. And there'll be no increases in 2013. Questions or comments? Yes.
Is he local?
Yes.
He is? Has he worked in the county before?
He hasn't worked for the county before. He's worked for major corporations, upper level management, multi-facilities, concrete plant, lumber facilities. Has a good resume behind him. Most qualified. All in favor?
Aye.
This time we have public comment. Questions? Yes.
Okay, so the 40,000 in number 10, that's coming from Act 13, is that all that is budgeted in the 2013 budget, or is that just the money
For ag
coming from
preservation?
Act 13?
Yes, it's all budgeted.
Now, is there, I mean, I guess I'm a little confused, because the county itself has always put in the 40,000, and at one time it had been quite a bit more money, but it went down because of budget problems. But now that we have the Act 13 funds, and part of that money can be used for open spaces, I'm just wondering why that isn't being increased at all.
Not a desire at this time by the commissioners to do that.
Did the commissioners discuss increasing it at all?
If they had, they'd said something here. Any other questions? Toby?
I requested that copies of the budget be placed at the libraries for public inspection. Do you have any intention of doing that?
No. Any other
Is there a
questions?
reason for that? No reason.
Any other questions?
Yeah, my name is Paul Carpich, and I've been in the meeting before. I live on Fitchville Road in Deming Township, and as you're aware, they're going to be adding a third compressor station. There's one in Springville, which is the Lathrop Station, the Shields compressor station, which is in Deming Township, and now the Church compressor station, which is on State Route 3010, and those compressor stations are going to be about a mile and a quarter from each other in a triangle. There are a lot of families within that triangle. Now, the commissioners did pass a law saying that the plants should emit 50 decibels. And that's been, I think, for about a year now in effect. But there's no means to regulate or to monitor the 50 decibels. Now, the families that live within that area, I'm sure are going to be, if the sounds warranted, will be complaining. Now, at the time, we had no means of regulating or determining what that sound was. Now with the Act 13, with the impact fees, we have the capability of possibly buying equipment or training someone to do that particular task. If a resident of the county complains about the sounds, to see if it's justified, the county could do a preliminary test to see if it warrants further investigation. So I'm asking the commissioners to look into getting some sound equipment, which is not really very expensive, having that individual trained, and then have that access to the residents of Susquehanna County.
Any other questions?
The tax reductions in number 10 from Act 13, are they property tax reductions?
I'm sorry, what?
There's over $820,000
That's
in
for
tax
property-
reductions.
property
Tax reductions.
Right.
Well, I just want to respectfully suggest, that when you put money into ag preservation, it benefits everyone in the county, not just people who own property and are paying property taxes, because it preserves open spaces, and in the long run, if those farms are preserved, they're not going to get subdivided developments down the road, which is going to put more stress on the county as far as services such as schools and hospitals and stuff. So maybe next year when you're, considering the budget, that would be something to consider.
That's fair.
I'd like to know why when Mr. Carpich spoke and he made an appeal to you for sound equipment, because he lives in the middle of a noisy area. I went to his house and his neighbor's house, Jerry's, and I bought my own sound meter. It's $50. I mean, they go more expensive too, but I got one at Radio Shack. And I tested their sounds, and they're anywhere from 60 to 80 decibels at their homes. That's for one compressor. Now they have another one being built, plus another one behind that, two of them behind them. So the sound is going to get even more intensified, not only for the Carpich family, the other families. And then when he asks you for a meter or for help, and you just don't even respond. You don't even say, well, that's a good idea. I'll take that into consideration. We'll discuss it. You just like pass it over like it means nothing. Why do you do that?
Thank you. Any
They
other
see, now you
questions?
thank you. Okay. No response, no feeling, no nothing. No compassion, no sensitivity.
Stop or you'll be.
Okay, bringing in what he's saying, NOAA, that's the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. In Colorado, they have a tower there, and they do air sampling. And the air sampling's gotten so high with the problems, and they're surrounded by everything we've got here, that NOAA is doing their own research. I called NOAA, but they're very limited on funds because it's a federal project. If you don't know, when you call now, if you smell something and you got a flaring or some kind of activity near you, they come with a handheld meter and stand at your property, no matter which way the wind's blowing, and say, oh, we don't get anything. And then they go over to the site, like a flaring, and stand on the ground. Well, the problem is not on the ground. It's hundreds of feet in the air where it shoots up, then it goes and settles at your house when the wind's blowing that way. I don't understand why we're cranking out the compressor stations and nobody's even looking into air quality issues. Now we've got the sound issues. So I'll reiterate what Vera was just saying. This is a county issue, and we're going to keep talking to Bob's driver. We went over there after you told us about the plan that he did. It's that thick, and it's awesome, and it includes all kinds of new things about gas drilling and awareness. That's county person doing that, and that was county money spent to do it. So I'm hoping, as Vera just said, that we can get a little more actively involved. Secondly, Norse Energy just declared bankruptcy in New York State last Thursday. $32.6 million bankruptcy. There are hundreds of companies in New York State, Pennsylvania, and others that are now saddled with that money. That's a major company, drilling company. $32.6 million in debt and $50,000 in assets. They're leaving everybody hung out to dry on this. If anybody thinks this is their retirement package, this gas stuff, they're insane. Because if they do have a big booby, West Virginia, day before yesterday, giant gas explosion. Burned 4 houses to the ground and melted the asphalt in front of it. Took them hours to turn it off. Okay? So once that happens, all these corporations have to do is disintegrate. They just declare bankruptcy. Anybody killed or injured, you're not going to get anything from these guys. Very concerned. And then you start looking at that. You can Google this anytime. Fatalities in the energy fields. That's the workers from 2000, 2006. There's a big list there. There's pipeline accidents just in the last 12 years, 302 in 40 different states. There's going back to 1890. There's hundreds and hundreds from every state in the United States that I added up. So my problem is, and of course you have a list of the harm, which gets bigger every day. The problem I'm having is we get sold every day on how there's no problem. Okay? So I'm trying to stay in the middle, not for or against. I have a lease, I have all these things. My problem is every day. I don't have to be an anti-person. I just have to read the newspaper and watch the TV. Boom goes the pipeline there. Boom goes the compressor station in Springville. Boom goes the Windsor compressor station. Boom goes everything. You got the flarings, you got the noise, you got the air emissions. When are we in the county going to take this seriously? Because this county's not that small. I mean, you look at a map, it's fairly large. It's as good size as any northern county in the state of Pennsylvania and almost any other county. We have a low population. That doesn't mean anything. We're rural, but that doesn't mean we're going to put up with this for very long or we get to suck down fumes. I grew up in Southern California and they lived in Metro DC. Nobody wants that kind of air quality. Why would we want it here when I move to a rural property 8 miles outside of a town that's got 1,500 people in it? That's nuts. And I will say one more thing about the bottled water. Where's it coming from? You're taking J&J Springs, maybe, or whoever. Where is that water source, and when's the last time it got tested for any constituents of anything going on within a mile of that water source? I wouldn't drink the bottled water either around here because who knows where it comes from. There's my issue with, but they got no problem with people wanting better tasting water than what's coming out of the lake over here. But so far as I know, that lake is not contaminated because if it does, you guys are in a world of hurt. But you might want to, along with getting bids, make them give you testing data to show that that water source out of that well has no problem. Because I know right down the road from here, there's 3 people living on replacement water in Franklin Forks, 4 people in Lennox, and there were 11 people in Dimick. So this activity was going on near my water source, whether it's my water well personal, or where they're drawing water to bring in nice bottles for everybody to drink. Make sure it's not contaminated, or the county might be having a much bigger problem than we guess if somebody gets ill from water brought from somebody that's supposedly safe. And by the way, nobody cares. Not the Safe Drinking Water Division will not even entertain the thought of forcing somebody to fully test their water, even if they're a business and making money like J&J or any other bottled water company. So make sure we've got a safe source before you put water in the bottles here, because my concern would be the health and safety of the employees in the county. So just wanted to bring that to your attention. Thank you.
Mine too.
Yeah, just one more question. The property tax reduction, what percent?
It equates to 1 mil.
1 mil, okay.
Any last questions? Yes.
Will the commissioners entertain what I proposed earlier and at least consider it? Can you give me a yes or no on it?
Yes or no? Well, it'll be considered.
Okay.
Whether any of the commissioners will come back with a decision, we'll have to wait and see.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to know, the 3 of you, have you ever had a tour with a gas company? Have you gone on gas company tours?
No.
And how about you, Mike? No?
Spent a
And
lot
how-
of time on a rig and around a rig.
But that wasn't a special tour for you? You just
A
went...
special one?
Was it a tour for you?
No.
You just went on a rig? You
Yeah.
went on the site. What about you, Mary Ann? Did you get a tour?
Yes.
You had a tour. And you had it with what company? In our county?
Yes.
And with who? Cabot or?
Kevin.
So I give tours every week to people from New York State and around the world, and legislators besides citizens, and they come to see what's happening to our citizens and how people live next door to gas sites, compressor stations. So I'd like to invite you, the 3 of you, to a citizens tour so you can see who's affected. You haven't visited any of the affected families, who's living with bad water, bad air, and noise, and also how it is next to their homes, what it's like to have refineries next to their homes. So I'd like to invite you, all 3 of you, to come, either individually or together, so you can see what your own residents are going through. So, any response to that, or are you just going to go to the next question?
Next question, thank you.
Real quick, I'll reiterate, I'm frankly embarrassed that senators from New York State and other states surrounding us, elected officials from every town board you can imagine, have toured, not only with Vera, but all over here, seeing both sides. A lot of them, Vera, we encourage them to go to the company tour and then come on a tour where you get to meet real people, not just see all the great part of it. If you don't understand what's going on, you need to get down deep into it, because these are your constituents, they're the people that voted you into office. I'm hoping that we matter as much as the guy putting the rig up and throwing $1 million into the budget. Because if we don't, we'll remind you, next time your election cycle's up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I motion?
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe the gentleman would rather freeze in the dark.
I didn't hear him.
I didn't hear him.
I couldn't hear you.
I say maybe the gentleman would rather freeze in the dark.
Can I respond?
No, we're not gonna get into this.
Well, I will.
Now,
Well, you can respond to him after the meeting.
Okay.
I will motion to
I'll
adjourn.
second it.
Thank you.
Motion by Commissioner Jean Greco, second by Commissioner Warren. We are adjourned.
9:23.
I'm not gonna get into a battlefield.
Is the next meeting still at 26?
Yes.
there's a date.
Nice guy, right?
Thanks, Captain Carver.
We'll set up a stage
So I don't think they're
for you.
coming on a tour here.